Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you to FESA 3103, Ethics in Public Service. I'm Beverly Walker. I'm your instructor for this course, and so welcome. There's rarely a day that goes by that we don't hear something about an ethical dilemma situation, that kind of thing, in public safety, whether it's police, fire, or EMS. It is something that is ever present, and as we'll talk later in the course, the use of technology today, cell phones, camera videos, those kinds of things have created an even greater awareness. And so one of the things that we are going to talk about is how the ethics for public safety personnel, how important they are, and how they may differ from those in other jobs or other occupations. To me, ethics are ethics on the job, as an employee, as a coworker, are very much related to our own personal ethics. And so we're going to be examining some of that through the discussion and through different assignments and that sort of thing. Our textbook for this course is Ethics in Public Safety. I know that's backwards. The textbook was written by some law enforcement personnel, and which is fine because it all applies. But you may find that some of the examples are related to law enforcement, but there also is a lot that's related to fire and EMS as well. So they've done a pretty good job with that. It's pretty easy reading. You will be doing some outside reading as well. One of the things I like about this course is that it lends itself to current events. And so there may be some gaps in the course site right now as different things arise that come up in the news or that are out there as far as ethical issues and dilemmas that we want to discuss. I think that the course lends itself to some hefty discussion, and so I expect great participation from you in the discussion board. That's the best we can get as far as discussion in an online course. And I'm also going to encourage you, and I'm going to put some instructions on the course site to, there's something called Video Note that is within D2L that we can use to video your discussion. So something different, but it to me, it makes, it's better than having to just type it all out. Sometimes I know that gets a little tough, but the discussion is really the backbone of courses like this. You do have a course project. We'll be talking more about that later in the semester. I want to give everybody a chance to get in and get settled. So be sure and read the syllabus. It's posted there. And make sure that you go ahead and post your introduction to the introduction discussion board. One of the things that I think is real important, when I was working on my executive fire officer with the National Fire Academy, I did a research paper on the values-driven fire department. Sounds kind of like an ideal, and I guess in many ways it is, but the concept is that you create a department based upon the values of the people, not necessarily the values of the chief, but of the organization. And there's a process for determining those. And it lends itself to the less need for policies, procedures, punishment, that sort of thing, because people live by the values. Like I said, it's kind of an ideal, but it works in organizations. But I think that that's something that we strive for. The theory being that if someone does not have those same values, that they'll leave the organization. And actually, I've kind of had that experience where the values changed and they weren't mine, and I left. So there's some truth to it. But I think that, when we talk about the values and ethics of the fire service, there's a collective feeling about what those are, but it's what they look like. If we say that the fire service, as firefighters, we're trustworthy, or we're dependable, or we're brave, what does that look like? How do the people in the community say, oh, they're so trustworthy? Or how do I look at my coworkers in that environment and say, I trust these people with my life? So that's some of what we're going to be talking about in this course. Like I say, I'm excited about it because it lays a foundation to me for many of the other courses. There's some overlap perhaps with the political and legal foundations course, because sometimes ethical violations lead to political or legal ramifications. But I think it's a very good course. So read your syllabus. Let me know if you have any questions about that. Pay attention to the dates, the due dates for different things. And like I said, I will get your, we'll wait 2 or 3 weeks. I want everybody to get settled in, and we'll talk about your course project. But to go ahead and get your book. And I look forward to having everybody in the course. Thanks so much. And let me know if you have any questions.